Who am I? Who am I going to be? What am I going to do? These questions were probably the most frequently asked questions in every person's life, especially by students. And even now, whatever we do, we may still ask these questions.
So many years passed, and this speech still inspires me. But today, I look at things differently as opposed to what I used to see before. So let me take you back for a moment. In 2018, my dream literally came true in an instant. That very dream of being on the TEDx Talk speech stage, yes, on that red spot in the center of attention where I feel on top of the world. Yes, the very beautiful, perfectly imperfect, reckless, cruel, unfair, majestic, and divine world of pain and suffering. Ignore the rhetoric, but not the current events. Anyway, that's what I felt on that stage. And today, after I guess 7 years, I can truly realize, internalize, why I had that very dream of becoming a speaker, becoming someone who could, inspire people around me. But I want to understand, right? I want to reflect on what was going on and how was the journey, what kind of thoughts I had, so I'm gonna share. So back then, 7 years ago, I was dreaming of becoming a motivational speaker to inspire people around me. Well, I still have the good intentions, but over those years, one thing that became more clear to me is that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. As sometimes we can burn the people we love and care about with the fire, right? With the fire which was initially intended to warm them, to soothe them. And I was so much obsessed with the idea of becoming the person to change others, to kindle the fire and galvanize people into action, that I just started acting just on autopilot by saying, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, but look at me, right? Like, I can do that, so you can do that, and all that jazz. Yeah, you know what I mean. But hold on, I was just 19. I was barely 19 years old and wanted to change the world before exploring my own world, before understanding why I have that need to change someone, to advise someone. Is that because it fuels my ego? Is it because it makes me feel better about myself when I help someone? Well, partially yes, and it will anyway make anyone feel good about themselves when they help someone, but the thin line lies in doing it intrinsically and doing it for the sake of God, for the sake of that person's benefit, for the sake of person who needs help from me. Not because it feeds my ego, but because that's what would be the right thing to do. That's what God would want me to do, right? And that could be too much to digest at this point. But one more thing I realized is that I don't have to be labeled in a certain way as a certain motivational speaker or whoever per se, or anything in order to help someone, because it's intrinsic. I don't need that title, entitlement. I don't need that all, because I finally internalize and I understand that I am blessed to be able to help someone in case, they need help. I don't have to push it, right? In case their prayers are being answered through me, then giving a hand when it's really needed is more noble than anything in the world. And I debunk this notion that we have to belong to a certain category, to a certain job title, which determines what are we supposed to do, and it draws sort of a fixed framework which society, including all of us, uses as ironically against us. So how about we just be ourselves, right? And excel in our skills and do what we are best at doing. That's food for thought. And this is what I wanted to say in short. And I want to unpack it a little further to get to the truth, what's going on now. Okay, so this is part 2. So let's unpack it further. I still have good intentions to help people, and the main point of that TEDx speech was to show what high schools should be teaching our younger generation so that they are more equipped with the necessary and the right skills to face this brutal world, right? To face the cutthroat competition in their careers, yeah? So it sounds like a noble motif, yeah? Because who am I, right? In the first line of that speech, I'm telling myself, who am I? Who am I going to be? What am I going to do? It really makes someone pause and ponder about their lives. And even today, I still pose these questions to myself every day in an attempt to discover my purpose, redirect my internal moral compass, and unpack pent-up feelings which block me from unleashing and awakening the giant within me. And now I am indeed, closer to the truth, to God, and feel that I'm living my dream and the very life that I once dreamed of. I've got friends, I've got a beautiful family, running, all of these things. Now, I'm no longer a boy with the dreams that perpetually feed on external validation, internal temptations, and temporary stage excitement. Nowadays, I'm finally coming to terms with my inner child who wants to be given the attention he deserves from the people around him. But which volume of external validation would be audible enough to lullaby him so that he can finally calm down and sleep in peace? Neither too much, where I'm perpetually attached to dopamine doses that come from like Instagram or whatever, and neither too little, where I feel like even my family doesn't give a damn. So the golden middle, as Aristotle would put it. So what's really different now, Well, now I'm a man with bigger responsibilities, taking bold actions to deal with whatever comes my way, whether I like it or not. And honestly, it doesn't matter what's my so-called title, whatever, what's my position at work. It doesn't matter as long as I'm doing the right thing. Just because, you're doing more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. And just because you are getting it done doesn't mean that it's done in the right way. So you really have to think about what you're doing and what is it. You really have to go deep and do something meaningful and good. And yes, the answers to those questions like who am I going to be are different now. My purpose is different. Now I'm disgusted even to hint, not to mention, to show how many things I did for someone else because A, it's inauthentic, it's not good, it's instrumental and doesn't really bring the inner peace. And B, it's not about me now, it's not for fulfilling my ego, no. It's rather for uplifting others, for their own sake, not mine. Even if it anyway makes me feel good. It does generally make me feel good when I help someone, but in this case, it's at least with more intrinsic motive. In simple words, to cut it short, I no longer need to be the main character in everybody's stories. The less is more, and I'm enough. I am who I am. I am who I've been looking for. I am where I'm supposed to be, and I'm blessed to be able to give a hand to a stranger who prayed for it. Not because I'm superior and arrogant, but because this is what genuinely fulfills the universal truth and the truth of God. And makes me feel alive, and be a good servant. And that's what I believe in, and I hope just being me, without any titles, would make the world a better place. Would make me a better friend, a better man, a better father, a better husband. So, peace be with you. God bless you.